France's midfielder Tanguy Ndombele in Clairefontaine and Yvelines on the 8th of October 2018, AFP, Getty Images, Louis Doré 6 hours Wednesday, February 20, 2019. While the form of Nemanja Matic has vastly improved under Ole Gunnar Solsjkaer at Manchester United, the renovations at Old Trafford have their aims on the long term. While short-term successes like Champions League qualification and a possible FA Cup victory are still a focus, the club will be wary of a nearsighted view of success. The aim is to create another footballing dynasty, and while Matic has performed well in a holding midfield capacity, the club must start to think of succession planning as he approaches his 31st birthday this summer. The man brought in last summer as a viable option, Fred, has barely featured under Jose Mourinho or Solskjaer despite his £50 million price tag. Already, he appears to have been a flop as youth product. Scott McTominay, a versatile and dedicated, if not dizzyingly talented midfielder, has moved ahead of him in the pecking order. So options. Why not follow the suit of reportedly every other club in Europe and take a look at one of Lyon's much-vaunted young side, who only on Tuesday night held Barcelona to a 0-0 draw in the last 16 of the Champions League. Tanguy Ndombele has been rumored as a possible transfer and has accolades from much-respected coaches touting him as a future star. Let's take a closer look at the 22-year-old Frenchman. Why would Manchester United want Ndombele? Barcelona's Argentinian forward Lionel Messi runs with the ball next to Lyon's French midfielder Tanguy Ndombele. Alvaro, AFP, Getty Images. Name: Tanguy Ndombele. Club: Olympique Lyonnais. Date of birth: the 28th of December 1996. 22. Nationality: French. Caps: 4 previous clubs. SC Amiens. EA Guingamp is a right-footed central or holding midfielder, and Ndombele is most comfortable operating on the right side of the pitch. He has a tendency to spread the play to an advancing wing-back with confidence and accuracy, even if he doesn't quite have range of a midfielder like Xabi Alonso. He's also capable of snappy, tight passing, and it will often get himself out of uncomfortable situations. This is a blessing as he has a tendency to passively position himself in midfield scenarios, and he is sometimes unaware of opposition players closing him down from behind. However, his exploitation of space in the final third can be exceptional, and his supporting runs help his side retain possession in dangerous spaces around the box. Ndombele is far more likely to create chances by finding his teammates with well-placed forward balls than by dribbling, as his touches can sometimes get away from him. In terms of his overall attacking assets, however, he is adept at manipulating defensive positioning and finishing, with 2 goals and 5 assists to his name this season from deep positions. Defensively, as Ndombele showed during an otherwise masterclass performance against Barcelona on Tuesday night, he is prone to jumping into a tackle. He wins a lot of 50-50s and interceptions, providing real value as a counter to opposition, but he also competes in scenarios from time to time in which he has little realistic chance of obtaining the ball. This season he has committed an average of 1.35 fouls a match, compared to Matic's 1.16, but the real issue is where he concedes these free kicks. All too often they can be in threatening areas. However, at 22 years old, he shows many of the athletic and technical attributes needed from a top-class holding midfielder. As France head coach Didier Deschamps said, he knows how to do everything in the middle. He is powerful, technical, his main weaknesses are decision-related, and if these errors in his game are ironed out, what remains is a sparkling talent. With 4 caps already for the French national team, he may form a growing understanding with Paul Pogba, providing a strong midfield spine for years to come. Will a transfer happen? Follow us on Facebook, @iPapersport. Both Manchester United and their crosstown rivals City were reported in the French press to have made contact with Lyon and Ndombele's agent last summer for a deal in the region of £50 million. Lyon's president Jean-Michel Aulas, according to the same French press, values Ndombele at £80 million following his contract extension earlier in the season. Whether United would meet this demand is uncertain, but it is likely any deal done would exceed the £50 million last season. Aulas has said this season of a deal, "We have received offers worth much more than £50 million. One can imagine that, if we were willing to sell, we could reach the level of transfer fee that Paul Pogba had, with Tottenham and Barcelona also reportedly interested in Lyon bracing themselves for a summer clear out of their most coveted young stars.